So, this video that... Wait, what are we talking about?
Tofu marinade.
Okay. Alright. Good morning, guys. This is Pranav. You may not have seen me a lot on this channel, but today I am taking over this eating to live thing. Actually, Aneela is too busy. As it happens, we both are super busy with our full-time jobs that we enjoy doing. Somehow, Aneela is not able to do this quick vlogging that I'm doing on her part, and I'm super excited to talk to you guys face to face. This is the month of January or Veganuary, as you would have seen in the last video she has posted. The next best thing that Aneela and I found has changed our lives is a tofu marinade. And the idea is to
Marinate your tofu.
The idea is to marinate your tofu. So this video is about how to create this changing your life marinade. So firm is the best because then you can get a nice chewy texture on the tofu.
And like silken tofu doesn't really absorb flavor.
Did you hear somebody? Somebody is speaking because I have a backseat driver on this channel.
I'm in the front. I'm right next to you.
There she is.
Oh my gosh. So you're doing a great job.
I don't know. But they can't do it because they don't have time to do it. But somebody else wants to do it.
You've heard me do this
and
intro
people
so
have.
many times.
So, as I mentioned, this week's video is about how to make this marinade for firm tofu. Later on in the coming weeks, we'll talk about what to do with this marinated tofu. You can fry it, some people like to bake it, or you can just grill it if you like it putting on the barbecue. Alright guys, over and out. Bye.
As Pranav mentioned, this marinade is for firm tofu. So with this block of firm tofu, I am simply going to wrap it up in a tea towel and set it to rest for at least 30 minutes. That is going to absorb any excess water, which will in turn allow your tofu to really suck up this marinade. And this marinade uses very simple ingredients. Perhaps the most important one is the freshly ground coriander seeds. In addition to that, it uses some red chili flakes, about a 1-inch piece of ginger, a clove of garlic, as well as some soy sauce and water. Very simple things that you might already have in your pantry, but the combination of these ingredients really adds a beautiful depth of flavor and even a certain complexity to this marinade. The easiest thing to do is to combine all of these ingredients in the same dish in which you are going to marinate your tofu. And for that, I really prefer a very wide and flat dish, almost like something that you would bake a pie in. And I'm going to cut my tofu into wide and thin strips so that as much of it as possible is exposed to the marinade. And you'll see when I arrange this tofu in the dish that the marinade is even going to seep over the top of the tofu. The flavors of the marinade are really going to permeate, and the longer you leave this tofu in the marinade, of course, the more flavor it's going to absorb. Pranav really was right when he said that this was a game changer. Up until very recently, I wasn't even marinating tofu, and I had no idea what I was missing, but you absolutely have to try this. This is the best way to flavor your tofu, and in the coming weeks, I am going to share some tips with you of things that you can do to make your tofu even more absorbent so that you can really have the maximum penetration of these flavors. Of course, there are other delicious marinade recipes out there, but I really like this one because it's very quick to come together, doesn't require very much prep, and I always have these ingredients in my pantry. They're kind of like pantry staples or basics for me. This is not something that you should do in a rush. If you want to eat your tofu right away, then this is probably not the best way to get flavor into your tofu. This really takes 4 to 6 hours, and it's really preferable to leave it overnight. It's absolutely worth it, and this is not something that you should rush.
Okay guys, there you have it. The only tofu marinade recipe you ever need to know. We'll continue to bring you really nice vegan and vegetarian recipes in the weeks to come. I hope you like this video. If you do like it, subscribe to this channel. Thank you very much. And it's a cold winter, especially if you're living in Canada. Bye.
Comment below. Okay, bye.
Stay warm.
so we came for doubles because I was too busy to cook lunch. And here we are. And I'm really grateful that Pranav did that vlogging for me because I really didn't even have time to record like...
Thank you.
Thanks. I didn't even have time to record the beginning of my own video because I've been so busy with work, and work has been so challenging, guys. Like, point is, I'll probably be back next week unless I've gone mad and been eaten by wild dogs, which is also very likely. Okay, bye.